Welcome to the Best of the Best. I'm your host, Nicole, and we have an exciting show today featuring the best of the best in food, fashion, and lifestyle. On today's show, we'll be visited by Chef Matt Zagorski of Hickory Lane Bistro, who will prepare a dish from his new restaurant in the Art Museum neighborhood. Tina Marie joins Chef Tony Clark as he shows us several delectable dishes using coconut water. And we'll return to the kitchen with Chef Peter McAndrews, the chef and owner behind a collection of restaurants that includes Moto Mio, Paisanos, and Popolino. All this and more on the Best of the Best. Today we're in the kitchen with Matt Zagorski, chef and owner of the Hickory Lane Bistro in Philadelphia. What are we going to be cooking today on set?
Well, I figured because it's getting a little warmer and it's that time of year, we're going to use some Jersey blueberries and some scallops to make a ceviche.
Beautiful. Let's get started.
All right. First thing we're going to do, there's a ginger aspect to this that I'm going to make basically like infused ginger liquid. It's
okay.
Really intense to do that. I'm going to use fresh ginger. It's fun, and like I said, it can be very refreshing for this time of year.
Great summertime dish.
To finish this off, I'm going to use some of the Duro.
Oh, the Duro, yes.
Crushed ginger.
Okay, so we're going to sort of re-infuse with the crushed ginger and the slice.
Yeah, just to give it a little extra oomph.
These are great individually portioned, flash frozen products that you come and get right from your grocer's freezer.
Absolutely, they work great. So we're just going to do enough water to cover this, and then you just want to put some heat on this.
Okay.
And basically what you want to do is let that simmer. You don't really want it to boil. You just want it to simmer just to infuse the flavor.
Okay.
It's going to take about 40 to 50 minutes.
All right.
Then what we're going to do is cut our scallops. I always use U10s.
Beautiful, big scallops.
Pretty big guys.
Yeah.
These are day boats, which means they were 48 hours caught.
Where do you get your fish from?
I get my fish from Tony McCarthy.
Okay.
Which for me is quite a treat.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I have a good relationship with him.
That's great. Now, just so we don't get dirty here, I'm going to slip on my apron. I don't want to ruin this beautiful dress I got from the Knitwit stores. Do you like my dress?
Oh, your dress looks amazing.
Thank you. So you're just doing these in a little dice?
Yeah, I like to do small dice, nothing too big. It's obviously you want to let your acid cook these. So the larger you cut it, the longer it would have to sit. So it's going to make an a la minute preparation a little harder in the restaurant.
Yes.
If you were having friends over or something like that and you wanted to do it, you could obviously mix some up.
Do it the night before?
Yeah, you could cut it a little larger and it wouldn't, because basically if you get too much acid on these for too long, it turns into rubber.
Right, too hard to chew, and
absolutely.
Nobody likes that.
So basically what we're going to do, something else that's important here, whenever you're using raw fish, you want to make sure ice.
Got to keep it
cold.
cold.
Everything extremely cold.
So that's a great tip. Just put a bowl and another bowl of ice underneath.
Yep.
All right.
So we just want to finish dicing these up.
Okay.
So the next thing we're going to do, before we come over here and assemble, is we're just going to puree these blueberries.
Oh, all right. Do you mind if I taste one of those? One of the ones that fell?
Absolutely.
Nothing like a Jersey blueberry. They're the sweetest berries you're ever going to find.
So then you just want enough liquid to get these going.
So just a little water in there. Now the blueberries are pretty acidic, so is that going to kind of work with the vinegar to be the acid that cures
It will. What I normally do is, and I'll show you when we build this, is you want to puree this pretty good because you want to get the skins incorporated. The skins are almost like your grapes, where there's like a little.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's going to give you a little bite to that too.
Nice.
All right. So what we're going to do now is we have our scallops. We always want to keep this cold. We're going to add our salt and pepper.
Of course.
To get this cooking. And then we're going to add a little bit of this. Not too much. So we'll get that in there. And then if you want to, you could actually just start to slowly mix that up.
All right, we'll do
while we get the rest of our ingredients going here. I like to start with just the salt, pepper, and the blueberries to see where the natural flavor of the blueberry leaves us before we start to build it.
Stay tuned for more with the best of the best. we now return to the best of the best. So tell me a little bit about the menu at Hickory Lane Bistro.
Hickory Lane has been a lot of fun. We opened in December. The cool part about it is I do the menu every day.
So it changes every day?
Not fully,
okay.
but I'd say weekly we're looking at 6 to 9 new dishes.
Awesome.
All over there. We're changing the soups constantly. And it just, it keeps it fun for me at the same time.
Definitely.
And hopefully, you know, give something cool for the customer to come in and look at. There's, we run 2 soups, 3 salads, 6 or 7 apps, and then 8 or 9 entrees.
Nice.
And it's always, you know, and it, like I said, it keeps it good for me because I can base it around what I can get.
Right. So you're always keeping fresh, local, seasonal as much as possible.
And then I can run something. When it runs out, I go to something else. And it's not, you know, there's always something new for you to look at, especially it's you know, a little more of a neighborhood place. It's not downtown. So I like to keep it new for the, you know, the people in the neighborhood. So we added our chives.
Okay.
Got your salt, your pepper in there.
Nice finely chopped chives. You got some shallots working here.
Yeah, and then we're just gonna do some shallots. Just a little more, I guess a refined flavor. They're sweet.
A little bit more of a punch. And
Absolutely.
now, is this something that's on your menu currently?
This actually was on the menu last week.
Okay.
Right now we're doing a honeydew melon and cucumber version, which is really, really good. Like I said, we're always changing it up. There's some steak tartare on there right now.
Do you usually have a ceviche on the menu?
As the summer comes, we
definitely.
will. And it just all depends. Like the honeydews were really good this week.
So we got honeydew.
We did honeydew.
That's a sign of a great chef. You can adapt your recipes to the different ingredients that you have available.
Oh, and to me, it's fun.
Yeah,
You know, and that's what you want to keep doing. You work too long and too hard to not have something to motivate you.
Well said.
All right, so then this is just some mint leaves. We're going to add these at the end. First thing we're going to do, though, right now, let's see where this leaves us. There's no acid in there right now.
Right.
Would you like to try that? It's very flavorful right now. Now, there's some natural acid from the blueberries in there, so you wanted to taste that first. It's almost there.
I could eat it just like that.
Yeah, it's almost there. So then you do just...
Is that red wine vinegar?
Yep, just a shot. So you got that going right now. Now this mint here is going to just... That's going to be the last pop you get. Obviously the ginger that's going to go on top
Very
will be
unique,
your...
distinct flavor.
Absolutely.
Who's going to add to the freshness of it.
And you just want to chiffonade that. And
Are you open 7 days a week?
Absolutely. Lunch, dinner, brunch on the weekends.
Brunch on the weekends? Awesome. Yeah. And are you BYOB? Or do
right now, the liquor license is posted.
Oh, great.
So hopefully very shortly we'll have the bar. And we'll
congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So you want to make sure these are cold also.
Definitely. Anytime you're serving something cold, it should always go in a cold
In a perfect
plate.
world. This is going to be our little fun trick of the day here.
Okay, I like fun tricks.
The ginger broth that we have simmering. This is a finished product.
And it smells so fragrant.
It's a finished product in here.
Okay.
I'm going to use a soy derivative called lecithin, which at home, it's in, I'd say 35 to 40% of foods that you would eat at your house. It was originally started to use and extracted in like the 1840s, like chemist-wise. But what happens is this stabilizes proteins.
Okay.
So the easiest way I always explain it to people, the stuff that when your candy bar melts, that keeps it from breaking from cocoa butter to cocoa powder is soy lecithin.
Soy lecithin.
Yeah.
Okay, good to know.
But what it's going to do today is you have your traditional froth or foam. When you add this to it, it actually sort of stabilizes it, and you can get something called bubbles. Which you'll see it start to come.
So does that dissolve in the liquid?
Yep. And then that's just going to be like a ginger effervescence on top. So what happens is that's going to sit like that. When you let it sit, a lot of the air comes out of it, and in turn, it turns into like these bubbles that'll hold for up to 20, 25 minutes. So it really allows you to give a last ending aspect to something you're doing. So what we're going to do here is, here's your ceviche.
It's got a beautiful color. It looks like jewels. Little, like amethyst.
It does a little bit. You're going to pop this right on top.
Ginger foam on top.
And that's...
It's like whipped cream on a blueberry ice cream, it looks like.
And then that is just straight ginger flavor, if you want.
Beautiful.
If you would like to try it.
Straight ginger flavor, you're exactly right.
And there it is. It's blueberry scallop ceviche with mint and ginger.
Well, this looks so delicious. I can't wait to taste the whole package together. Now, you recommend eating with a fork, or should you get in here with a spoon?
You'll be fine with that.
All right, I can make do. Yum. The ginger foam on top adds such a nice complement to the whole thing. It really brings it together. And that punch of red wine vinegar really helps out with the acid.
Absolutely.
Yum. Well, thank you so much for having us here today. It's really been a pleasure having you on the best of the best, and we hope to have you sometime back again.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for several delicious dishes featuring coconut water.